Howdy, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Debauchery Circus Campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM, and joining me around the virtual table today are Brandie, Brie, John, Jr., and Steven. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
Howdy.
We don't have much in the way of announcements this week, so I'm just going to remind you all that our next one-shot will be Joe's Holiday one-shot on Monday, December the 27th. So we've all got that to look forward to. A few players from this campaign are going to be playing in it, a few players from the other. It'll be a lot of fun. But that's about it. So instead, just go ahead now and join us as we dive into the world of Loroupa and continue on with the adventures of the Debauchery Circus.
They can't make a pizza properly.
That's what I like.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm steward on their pizza.
But we're back talking about pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So when we last left off, the Debauchery Circus was traveling south on the road from Northamia when they noticed a group of soldiers was riding behind them at a distance, but were keeping pace with them. Not wanting to give somebody the opportunity to attack them from behind, the circus decided to pull over to the side of the road and allow the group to catch up to them so they could confront the potential enemy directly. Ichabod questioned the leader of the band and discovered that he was a member of the 5-Star Knights, along with his soldiers, claimed to be just keeping up with the wagons and with the intention of watching over them while they traveled on the road in case of bandits and stuff like that. After learning a bit about the group, Ichabod assured the knights of their safety and attempted to send them on their way, which did seem to work, although the knights did question Shokan a bit before they passed. With the knights now ahead of them, the circus resolved to follow the group instead, in the hopes of possibly ambushing the group or at least keeping an eye on them. Unfortunately, due to the heavy burdens of their wagons and the obstinance of their horses, the squad quickly fell behind the much speedier knights, and soon only Blaznir, in his eagle form, was able to keep up with the group. Both groups rode well past nightfall, and eventually Blaznir was forced to return to his human form and meet back up with his friends, abandoning his pursuit of their quarry. The next day, the circus stopped at the monastery the knights had mentioned, but found that the group had left early to continue their journey to the city of Coltrast, though this discovery did not seem to surprise the party one bit, and they resolved to press on toward their common goal. After several more days of travel, the squad came upon a group of humans and a pair of broken-down wagons stranded on the side of the road. The team was immediately suspicious of this, and their suspicions were quickly confirmed when the group confronted them. Ichabod was an intimidating presence that easily overcame their resolve of what were obviously bandits, and with the help of an illusion from Blaznir, the bandits chose to preserve their lives by turning tail and running.
Hey, I helped too.
That's true. Eventually, the circus arrived in the city of Turna, a small fishing village north of Coltrast Keep. There, the squad took this last opportunity to rest before they set off for their next challenge. Blaznir caught up with an old friend. Ichabod inquired after a family member he hoped had passed through here, and Cameron inquired after a blacksmith, while Willow and Shokan enjoyed some much-needed R&R at the inn. And so, Debauchery Circus. You are all making your way back from your various little tasks about town. You plan to head back to the inn and regroup and plan out your impending arrival at Coltrest. As you all make your way towards the small village inn, a question comes to each of your minds. But we did not get a chance to roll that question yet, so I want somebody to do that now. Somebody roll a D100 for me real quick.
Not it.
Ooh.
Interesting. 3. So the question is, what are your character's core moral beliefs? And since Willow, you rolled, why don't you go ahead and answer first?
Kill every slaver and harmful of children.
Okay. That's a good core belief. I like it. Shokan, how about you?
I mean, I guess her core belief would be find as many monasteries as she can in her travels and wander until her home calls her back.
Okay. Interesting. So kind of like a little bit of kung fu. Just the traveling, wandering monk cut type, huh? I gotcha.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ichabod, you're next.
You'd think that'd be an easy answer. I think for him it is enacting the will of the gods, whatever that may be, or whatever plan that they have for us. So for him specifically, it is to be a leader in his community, in his work, and especially in his family.
Okay, I like it. Interesting. Good paladin response, I think. Cameron, how about you?
Intelligence must always be tempered with wisdom, but never with fear. Basically, that the constant reach of magical advancement, scientific advancement, etc., is great and should never be tempered simply because of the way things used to be or because you are afraid, but you must always do it with wisdom in mind, because there's a difference between doing it smartly and doing it rashly and, ending up with everybody dead because you did something foolish.
That is true. I like it. Blaznir, how about you?
Good question. I think it's just make sure that everyone around him is happy and entertained, and just
Make sure that everything burns.
forest fires as well.
Forest fires as well.
Forest fires.
Yeah, keep everyone happy in forest fires. They're not that
Only
bad.
you can create forest fires.
Well, let's hope not. Okay, I like it. Well, so, as I said, you are all, or at least most of you, are walking down the various roads of Turna, heading back toward the Smiling Bass, the local inn you spent the night in last night. The street is damp beneath your boots, and there is a fine spray of mist in the air from a light summer storm that is currently rolling in overhead. It's giving you all a slight chill, and that quickens your pace a little bit towards the warmth of the inn. You can all see each other round about the same time as you see the inn, a small one-story building that is longer than it is wide, with small rooms that, while Cameron found them comfortable, Blaznir and Shokan probably found them a bit cramped. You are all about to reach the edge of the large double doors painted with an obscene smiling fish on it when a loud trumpet sound calls out loudly from somewhere behind the inn.
Hmm.
Each of you immediately recognize the sound of this blast. It's something that you've heard every single morning since you've all left Northamia. It's the sound of Edmund's magical horn, which you've been told will summon a group known as the Red Tusk Orcs, a warband led by Bonebreaker Darklax. These orcs had an agreement with the original members of the Debauchery Circus, so Edmund has been faithfully blowing the horn every morning, hoping that the orcs would answer the call. So far, however, there has been no sign of the warband. But Debauchery Circus, what would you like to do today?
So is it morning?
It's probably closer to noon at this point. You all had set out in the early morning at the end of the last session doing various tasks, and you kind of are all now regrouping once again.
What all is in this town?
Not a lot. It's more of a fishing town than anything else. There is a small port to the north side of town. Quite a few buildings here. As I said, mostly fishermen and the like who live here. There is a blacksmith. There is a small general store. And the inn that you all stayed at. But not a whole lot in the ways of entertainment or a lot of interesting things. It's a fishing village, you know?
Yeah. Which one of these buildings is the inn?
Probably this one over here.
Sorry, do it again.
It's
gray one.
It's
the red building
to your
on the right side.
to your east
Okay.
on the map you're currently on.
I suppose I will simply head over there.
How far away are we from Coltrest?
Yeah, let's go lay out the map.
Sure,
Take-
absolutely. Let's take a look at the map. So if you take a look at that map there, which actually I might be able to show our viewers as well. Not as much as I'd like to, honestly. But where the group is right here, which is Turna, here in Northamia.
Yeah.
To the south, following the road, about 2 days' journey, is the town of Coltrest and Coltrest Keep.
2 days.
Well, perhaps since we are so close now to Coltrest, we could question the people of this village and see if they've noticed anything interesting or strange coming from that nearby area. I say to my comrades.
I imagine you and Cameron and Blaznir, who had went out today, are meeting up once again as you step towards the inn. Blaznir, you had just spoken with your friend who lives here, who did mention that the tyrants down in Coltrest Keep had been raising taxes quite a bit since in the last year, and they're kind of seen as really just horrible rulers in general.
Yeah, well, this is not my... This is... Okay. Yeah, people don't seem to be very happy with the rulers.
Yeah, I should figure as much. Raising taxes. Wonder what they're spending all that money on.
By the way, I've got healing potions for anyone who needs it. I don't need healing potions. So...
Always good to have them on hand.
Yeah, so, I can give them to whoever wants them.
I would like one.
Alright, I'll give you one of the moderates.
I too am well stocked on healing potions if anybody would like them.
I'm gonna...
I feel like if I need one, I'm gonna need someone to do it for me.
I'm gonna place one in a...
I could use a healing potion or
Your
two.
hands, yeah. I couldn't remember your name. My brain's not working. Shokan. Okay, I'll put...
I'll give two to Our Lady.
And what kind of
Willow. That's
moderate. I also have a grater that I can give to someone.
Willow, add 2 healing potions. They're the 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, so that's a lesser.
Aye, Captain.
I've also got this spider climb potion, but I was hoping to save that for me. 'Cause it sounds fun, but I also can turn into a spider, so...
Well, sounds like it's all yours.
Right.
Yes, as you paid for it, it is only natural.
Well, yeah, I just didn't know if, like, maybe someone would have, like, oh, I could do this with it, and it'd be so much better than you just messing around.
Nah, I'm sure it'll definitely come up, and there will be a very important time in which you can use it.
You put too much faith into me.
No, I'm absolutely certain of it. I walk away.
Going to mess with somebody. I don't think you understand. Okay, bye.
Well, yeah.
Well, as you all... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just messing around.
Fair
Nothing.
enough. Well, as you all enter the inn, you find a warm, if somewhat cramped, common room with a large fireplace and a handful of small tables that are mostly empty, even though it's rather close to midday at this point. You can see Edmund emerging from a doorway towards the back of the inn, near the bar, where a middle-aged human man with long red hair and a great big bushy mustache is cleaning glasses and whistling to himself while he works. When Edmund sees your group, a large smile breaks across his young face, and the lad hurries towards you. Shokan, Willow, you've obviously made it back down with the group as well. Edmund says, I heard a response when I blew the horn. Another horn blew back, and it sounded as if it was coming from somewhere southeast of us. I think the Red Tusk Orcs are on their way to join us.
That's great news.
I'm going to show up in town, because I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think they're that close, no.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll meet us on the road, but either way.
There is one question that suddenly comes to mind. The folks that we are aiming to unseat, would they recognize these orcs?
I think certainly.
From what you guys have said, probably.
These are the orcs that were hired by Veritude to kill my family, so yes, I imagine they would be recognized.
Then would it not be a problem to attempt to use them as...
We're not... The intention is not to bring them in with us as a part of the circus. It is to use them as part of the distraction when we get into the deeper area. So that I'm hoping once we pass that second wall, the stone wall, we can blow the horn and they can rush the city and, be attacking in the lower
misunderstood
part.
Your previous...
I mean, every circus needs a freak show.
No, I think it might put us in great danger if we were to bring them in with us.
Yes, I agree.
Well, why don't we sit down and discuss that then? Hear Ichabod's plan.
Well, let me bust out my paper.
Can we get some drinks and perhaps some lunch as well? Edmund calls out to the guy behind the bar who nods and calls over. 1 minute.
Make that a whiskey, sir. I don't care if it's noon.
Whiskey for Ichabod. Edmund called for a round of ales. If anyone wants anything, and some food. If anyone wants anything else, they can have it as well.
I'll try a whiskey.
Whiskey for the little girl as well, apparently.
I don't suppose you have any good juices here, or tea, or anything. I'm not in a drinking mood.
I can do tea. Tea is no problem, young master.
I'll get some tea as well then.
Master.
And just whatever he's got that's leafy and green. I may be a rabbit person, but I'm still assuming that my diet is probably going to be similar to a rabbit's.
Probably. I imagine you'd... I mean, some rabbits do eat a little bit of meat, but not much. So I imagine, yeah, you probably are more of a vegetarian diet.
Salad type of guy, yep.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, food is brought over. It mostly consists of a family-style stew and a big green leafy salad with some fresh roasted vegetables on top of that, squash, tomato, that sort of thing. It's actually quite nice and refreshing. Ale and a very large teapot filled with tea is brought out over as well, and a few glasses are put out. Ichabod's whiskey is delivered. He brings over the second whiskey, but then he looks at Willow and gives her an odd look, and he says, "Are you sure you want this, miss? This is pretty potent stuff."
Did I ask for your opinion, sir? I asked for a whiskey.
Little lady.
He
man's
looks
got a
at
point.
everyone. He's like looking at the rest of the table like, "Are you sure?"
Honestly, it's her funeral, and this is going to be funny if it goes wrong.
I say to the bartender, I have found that when a woman puts her mind to something, she will rarely back down.
The bartender
Shrug.
shrugs, and puts the whiskey down in front of Willow. Edmund passes him 2 gold pieces and tells the man to keep the change. As the bartender wanders off, Edmund looks to the rest of the group and he says, "Ichabod, now you spoke a little bit of a plan. Could you perhaps lay it all out for us?"
I will elaborate once again. So first step of the plan is, of course, when we arrive, we do know, based on the information that we gathered, that they are allowing people in, including normal humanoid people. I believe the king sent a scout, and he was allowed in. So I'm hoping that our guys as a circus and the documentation that we have acquired will be enough to get us through that first gate, although I would like to kind of assess it before we approach, just to make sure that we know what we're dealing with. Once inside, it's important, I think, that we do put on this circus, because that's our way of reaching the people inside. I mean, we want to rescue them. So I was thinking we could do a little illusory script on our circus flyers to make them seem something else to the intended audience. So I'm hoping we go inside, we go to one of the 2 inns. Yeah, 2 inns and a blacksmith in the lower district. So one of the 2 inns, we make our flyers with whatever message we deem, and I'm open to ideas. And then we can distribute those flyers and set a time for our circus that we're going to put on. So y'all should think of your acts.
Wait,
we could also,
we're actually doing acts.
Yeah, it would arise suspicion, I think, if we didn't do it. I think we want to wait for any combat until we can get past that second stone wall.
I'm excited. I haven't been able to actually do a very good entertainment thing for a very long time.
Yeah, these people need a morale boost, and also if you can work in a little bit into that act. I'm hoping if we assess the outer wall, we'll know the best way to try to evacuate these people. So we got to communicate that kind of to them. Then we got to do some more reconnaissance on that stone wall, because we don't really know nothing about it. So I'm hoping while we're inside and before the circus starts, we can check that out. And then post circus, that's when we get through that second wall. It's a little less clear from here on out, but once we're past there and finally getting into some fighting that is inevitably going to happen, that's when we blow our horn and the orcs rush in from the woods. They can aid in the evacuating of the people and also be attacking the guard that's down there. So we're getting them on 2 fronts, from the inside and the outside, and hopefully they're all, dispersed and confused. And
Between Blaznir and myself, we should have no problem breaking through the stone wall. Or shaping through it, rather.
Perfect. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I could be a lion tamer if Blazing could transform into a big kitty.
I was thinking Blaznir was going to do like some fiery hoop stuff, but that's the acts are totally up to y'all. I'm not one for performance, so I'm just going to be the master of the ceremony.
Willow, you do realize I have an actual act, right?
Why not?
Well, why can't we do both? They can't tell if you're a kitty cat or a fire player.
I don't want to be a kitty cat. I apologize, but
In the frustration of being turned down, I'll chug the whiskey.
Oh, sis, this is more of a sip and drink.
Not anymore, because it's gone.
Oh, Matt, I can't hear you.
I'll put my hand up.
Oh,
More, please.
Willow, go ahead
Yes.
and give me a con saving throw for chugging the whiskey. Don't forget to call out your
20.
rolls. Nice. Yeah, with a 20, you easily throw back that whiskey and down it. The warm liquid goes pouring down your throat, and you feel a little bit of that burn, and you almost want to cough, but you don't show any sign of discomfort whatsoever. You powered through that like a champ.
I remember that despite her appearance, she is not human.
Or a little kid.
I remember that despite her appearance, she is not a child.
I'll put my hand up. Wait, can I have another one?
Why don't you just bring the bottle over? Edmund calls out. He's just curious what's going to happen.
I do think it is important discussion to figure out the acts, and I can devise an order of acts if that's what you guys so wish, but I'll just be announcing y'all if that's fine.
The bartender brings over a bottle of whiskey, and Edmund pays 5 gold for it. It's a little pricey, but Edmund doesn't even kind of look twice at it. Just hands the gold and takes the bottle and pushes it over towards you, Willow.
Thank you.
It's all about perspective. 5 gold for someone wealthy is a lot different.
I'll pour myself another drink.
Edmund, after giving you the whiskey, he says, "Now, I do have a bit of magical ability, and I also am fairly handy with my bow. Shokan, perhaps me and you could do something with that."
Perhaps. I was also thinking maybe some sort of strong woman type act. Impress him with my strength.
That would be pretty cool. Double act.
How confident are you, Sir Edmund?
With what?
Your archery.
I would say I'm pretty good.
I'm feeling a bit dangerous. Were I possessed of proper accoutrement, like perhaps a crystal ball, then I could simply look into the future and tell people things that they might want or not want to hear. But as I am not possessed of such things, if we were to obtain the proper materials, it would be quite simple for setting up, say, a circle that I could then be tied to.
And spun around.
Yeah. Like the classic.
I think I too could.
I think usually it's like knife throwers who do it, but they like tie a person like, eagle spread and then spin the thing around.
I mean,
yeah.
Edmund's like, I'm game if you are. He's gonna.
I have complete confidence in you, son. I put my hand on his shoulder.
This is getting better by the second. Yes, do this, please.
I think it's going to be a good show. I think that's great.
Beyond that, I can also provide fog for ambiance.
Indeed. And we're well stocked on that paper, right? For the illusory script.
Y'all got tons of paper.
I'm just making sure. It's good. I think we'll be in a good spot. And you, Miss Willow, if you like, since you can take any form, you could be the kind of freak show aspect of it, if you so please.
I'll look a little bit sad. I was thinking I could pull a rabbit out of my hat.
You want to do a lot of things with animal
straight
props,
face.
I see.
I'm going to straight face and just look over.
Do you have a hat or a rabbit?
Just straight looking over at Cameron.
Oh, do you have a hat big enough for him? Well, I could reduce him in size.
I sip my whiskey.
I was thinking I could do a magician.
Hey, are you
Do some
drinking
acts.
anymore yet?
No, I haven't started drinking yet.
Okay.
Well, your act is your own, so whatever you desire to do, that's fine. But we should try to keep it professional, make it look like we're actually used to doing this, just in case anybody's watching. I imagine they'll be keeping an eye on us once we pass that wall.
So the idea is to enter the city first and do some recon, then set up the circus tent and do a show inside town.
Indeed. Yes, because we want to be able to get these flyers to as many people as possible, to inform them of our evacuation plan for them.
Okay, and so from there, as we distribute all of the flyers to everyone in town to let them know to evacuate, that, well, I suppose that Edmund Coltrast or that Lord Coltrast is back and retaking the keep, something like that.
Yeah, something akin. I'm open to suggestions about the exact verbiage. I also would like, can you throw illusory script in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can see it. I know
If
Cameron has.
everything we've heard is true, their hearts are ready to be kindled. They only require you there as the fire, shall we say.
Yeah, these are subjugated people. So I imagine they'll be happy to hear of their incoming freedom.
Where is... there it is. There we go. So you write on parchment paper or some other suitable writing material and imbue it with potent illusion that lasts for the duration, which is up to 10 days. To you and any creature you designate when the spell is cast, the writing appears normal, written in your hand, and conveys whatever meaning you intend when you wrote the text. To all others, the writing appears as if it were written in an unknown or magical script that is unintelligible. Alternatively, you can cause the writing to appear to be an entirely different message, written in a different hand, language, yada yada yada. Should the spell be dispelled, the original script and the illusion both disappear. A creature with true sight can read the hidden message. Interesting.
Yeah,
The only problem with a spell like that is that it's probably looking to be more vague in terms of the designation. So by that, like, you could designate, all of the, subjects.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where he'll have
like
to rule
able
something.
to view this message. But the problem with that is that then you run into anybody who might be stupid or crazy enough to actually believe in Lord Coltrast would then be able to see the actual
Or Lord
message.
Veritude.
Or Veritude.
Yeah, so, I mean, the way I'm going to rule it is kind of like that. That, yes, if you're doing it for literally just one person, it's very specific. And since you're going to be vague and say, like, for example, you say, the citizens of Coltrast.
We could say just... what's the word? What's the word for non-military people? Not commoner.
Civilians.
Civilian. Yeah, like so that it's specifically non-guard people. Like if you're a part of the guard, you can't read it.
Okay. So I would say that yes.
Like citizens, technically the guards are citizens of the town,
So then my ruling is yes. There is a chance that in some way it can be subverted. What it's going to be is a dice roll, and we'll figure out the results of that and go from there. But yes,
I figured that would be you in secret.
Yeah,
because we're gonna pass them out, and then if some Joe Schmo looks at it and is like, "Wait a minute," then that's whatever. But that's why I'm like, I think we can kind of put a few normal flyers around to advertise the circus, and then pass them out at the circus to communicate to people. And then if people read that message and they know they're going to be evacuated, they're going to go out and tell their friends and family.
So perhaps we have 2 sets of flyers that we pass out.
Mm-hmm.
One group of flyers is to people we recognize to be the townsfolk, and the others is to, like, perhaps guards who happen to come by or something like that.
Yeah.
That way, if we hand it to the guards, they're not going to see the message no matter what.
True. I think that is quite wise. And then for the exact what we're going to write kind of depends on, what we see when we do some reconnaissance around that first wall, so we know where to send people and what to communicate to our friends, the orcs, about what's going to happen. Because I'm hoping that even if we get kind of discovered during the circus or shortly after, we can still make our way to that second wall, and all those people who have discovered us and are coming after us are then going to have their hands full with a whole group of orcs that are invading.
Mm. Well, sounds like a good plan to start out with, for sure. I will remind us all that one of the things the scout also did mention is the undead that are patrolling the city. He said great monstrous beings, as well as zombies and such. And our group did encounter some of these zombies before. In the dungeons outside of Dusk Hollow, we encountered the same group was experimenting with the undead and with druidic magic to create a hybrid type of zombie that had vines inside of them.
That is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrific. As much as I would like to kill every undead in there, and I think that we will, I think a lot of that should, in the initial portion, I think a lot of that should be left to the orcs so that we can make our way into the keep and cut the head off the snake, as to say, and then we can return on our way out and pick up any stragglers, because Lord knows I don't want to leave any of those alive.
I can attempt to do some research as to what exactly would happen if the creator of these things were to be destroyed.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff that is very dependent on us getting there and assessing the situation. So having a vague outline is great, but the details are going to have to fill themselves in.
Well, it certainly sounds like we have an idea of how to proceed.
I think it's pretty solid.
Now, Cameron, you've been sitting here drinking your tea, munching on your salad, and you've all been talking for probably the last hour or so, discussing your various options for Coltrast.
Mm-hmm.
As the conversation kind of comes to a lull, you hear a voice inside your ear, but nobody's speaking to you in that moment. It is a somewhat familiar voice to you, Cameron, a feminine voice, but one that takes you a moment to place. The voice says, Institute Wizard Cameron Hawthorne, Spell Shield Commander Lorient requests that you meet him in his office at your earliest convenience. An appointment will not be necessary, sir. You realize that what you're hearing is a sending spell, a common form of communication between magic users, and that the voice you're hearing belongs to a woman named Rose Bentath, who is the personal secretary of Allard Palestep, the master of the Arcanum. You would know, because you are at least somewhat familiar with this spell, that you can reply to a sending. You have 25 words to reply with.
Alright, let me see. No, that's not the... This is what I want, the writing estimate. Current location, Turna, en route to mission for the king. Will meet as soon as I return to North EMEA.
Okay.
And
You
I'll
don't-
look
You don't get a
look
response
over
or anything
and,
like that.
No, I didn't expect one. I'll whisper to Blaznir. So, I might be, kind of, running the rabbit here.
Is that the pun?
No, I just received word from the Institute that, I am to have a meeting as soon as possible.
Oh, that does not sound good.
I presume it
was
has
it an angry
something...
voice, or was it kind of more of a, curious type of voice?
How can I put it? You didn't file your paperwork.
Oh, okay, so you're screwed.
It might directly reference our little adventures.
But I was completely convincing with me being Commander Laurent.
Yes, well, we can be sure to tell him that once we visit him.
I don't think I should tell him that, actually. Well, they probably asked him why he was down there, which is probably why we got made.
Perhaps.
Well, yeah, I'll help you out, I guess.
So I'm gonna go at this point up to the bartender. Sir, would you be happen to give me information on if there's a woodworker in town?
Oh yeah, of course there is. There's a woodworker in town. Willie Pell is his name. He's over there on the south side of town. If you leave the inn and go to the town square, make a left. It's about 6 houses down. You can't miss him.
Excellent. I am going to go see about this woodworker. Continue planning as you like, and you can inform me when I return as to everything that we have decided upon.
Fair enough.
What are you doing, Cameron?
What do you mean? I'm going to go talk to a woodworker.
Yeah, that's not me. That's Edmund. He was asking, why are you going to see a woodworker?
Well, if we are to put on a circus, we need the proper materials.
Oh, okay. Fair enough, Cameron.
I assume that a woodworker would be able to construct some sort of,
spinning wheel.
spinning...
A big spinning wheel.
Fair enough. Okay. So Cameron exits the inn. The rain that was coming down about an hour ago is letting up about this point. The clouds are a little bit starting to break, with some sun coming through, but not a lot. It's still very wet. But you can absolutely follow these directions and make your way towards a woodworker.
Sure.
Now, while Cameron's doing that, what are the rest of y'all doing?
Well, I presume since Cameron is now going to have a thing crafted, we might have to stay in this town another night. But we should get an early start in the morning.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I'm gonna go lift some weights to prepare for my strong woman act.
Not to split the party more, but Willow, without saying a word, is going to stand up and just walk out the tavern and go for a walk.
You didn't even have any more whiskey. What a shame.
I did not.
I'm
too distracted on...
Take the whiskey bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, you can have some, Blaznir. Why don't you share some with me?
Well, it's more of I was wondering, maybe I could use it with my act, but sure, why not?
It's not that hard to acquire a bottle of whiskey.
Can you
I'm
breathe?
more offended he's wasting whiskey.
Can you breathe fire?
Yes, I can.
Sounds more like he can spit whiskey.
Well, see, I kind of light my thumb ablaze. I spit it into my thumb,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, flame.
Edmund, not knowing anything about whiskey beyond that, just says with childlike innocence, "I'm pretty sure you need a higher proof than whiskey for that."
Most likely, yes, but
I say, I grab a glass.
No, I just
I
wanted
wanna
to know.
grab
I was curious. Maybe this would work. I don't know.
with
I'm just
Blaznir.
trying to save money.
Blaznir, I'll buy you another bottle of whiskey, but I want to grab Willow's glass and put a little bit of whiskey in there and slide it over to Edmund.
Fair enough. So Ichabod pours you,
Put a little hair on your chest, boy.
some whiskey, Blaznir, and passes it over to you.
No, I pass it to Edmund.
Oh, Edmund.
Little innocent Edmund, who doesn't think this is very high proof. I want to pass it to him and say, "You should have a sip of this, Edmund. Put a little hair on your chest."
Okay. I've never really been much of a drinker, but I suppose so.
I should hope not. You're about 14 years old. So, I don't think you've been much of a drinker most of your life, but there comes a point when a boy becomes a man, and whiskey helps that along a little bit.
You're with us now, so you're becoming a drinker. It's
He's becoming a man.
Wow.
You realize it looks like the little girl can outdrink the prince.
That should not have been an advantage. That's a 14, which I'm going to say he takes a drink and he
Now,
swallows.
now.
He swallows and immediately. That's a bit. That burns a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how you know it's working. The burn. I drink the rest of his drink.
Yeah, he pushes it towards you. He has no interest in that whatsoever. Cameron.
Yes.
Takes you about 10, 15 minutes or so to find the building that you're directed to, and inside you find Willie, a tall human man with dark hair and a big dark beard. Looks like a lumberjack, or maybe like Brie's boyfriend a little bit. I don't know, but
Cameron knows what my boyfriend. Oh yeah, he does actually.
yeah, but big, tall, strong man, big beard, and he looks down at you and says, "What can I do for you?"
Yes, I was told that you were the best woodworker in town.
I make the boats here in town, and he points over, and you can see he is working on a boat right now.
I wish to extend your services for a commission. I'll pull out a little piece of paper and just draw a little drawing. It's here's the circle, and it spins around on some kind of thing attached to it so that it's stable, and then I can paint it or whatever.
Yeah, I get what you're wanting to do. You want to do those little spinny wheels that you can get strapped to, and kind of explain it a little bit what you're wanting to do, and he kind of gives you a weird look.
This is some kind of fetish.
Yeah, this is just a simple man, a simple fishing village carpenter who spends his life making
Nothing
boats.
sexual, I assure you. It is for our circus, good sir.
When do you need it by? I can probably get started on this sort of thing, something in the next week or so.
Would you perhaps be persuaded to allow us to hop the line, as it were?
I suppose that depends on how much it's worth to you.
Okay.
And how quickly you actually want it.
What's the skill? They don't have appraisal as a skill anymore, so what's the skill for appraisal?
What are you wanting to determine?
I'm trying to determine how much something like this would normally cost to see how much extra we would need to pay him.
Okay. Are you proficient in woodworking or anything of that nature that would give you insight into that?
I'm proficient in quarterstaff, which is made out of wood.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you to roll an insight check at disadvantage
Sure.
to see with your limited knowledge how much this kind of thing would normally cost.
Or you look at this, you're looking at this guy and you're like, how much would he want?
Well, the first roll was good, but the second was a 12.
Okay. It's hard to tell, but you've never actually built circus equipment before, but you have worked with your master, and he did build quite a bit of stuff. So you're guessing probably around like the 50 gold range would probably make him happy. More than that would probably make him more happy, but you're not entirely sure.
Okay. So, if at all possible, this would be something that would be constructed within the next few days, and we are willing to pay for it.
Hopefully the next day.
Say, if you were to start on it today, 60 gold might line your pockets.
He kind of gives you a look. He scowls a little bit. Make a persuasion check. Just a straight persuasion check.
Yeah, about that. I'm gonna use my chronal shift on that, because that's a 2.
Okay. Go ahead and use your chronal shift.
That's a 9.
The man looks at you and says, how long? You said you need it in a couple days?
As soon as it can be finished would be the best outcome. Though I do understand that your time is valuable, and as this is a shipping town, you're probably in high demand.
He kind of chuckles at that and says, yeah, I suppose I am. 200 gold and I can have it done probably tomorrow afternoon.
Big. I will have to speak with my Master Lord Coltrast to see if he is amenable to your terms.
The man shrugs and says, whatever, I got my own things to work on. Just remember that the longer you ask me to make it, the longer you pay me, the longer it's going to take. And he picks up a hammer and goes back towards his workshop.
So I guess I'll go mention to Edmund what he said and what he's after, and if somebody who doesn't have a -1 to their charisma score wants to try and talk to him, they're certainly willing.
Probably by this point, Edmund is still in the common room, kind of laughing at watching Blaznir and Ichabod drink. He says, that doesn't seem... It seems a bit much, but...
Yes.
He kind of jiggles his coin purse a little bit.
I attempted to offer him 60, but I was not very compelling.
Are you needing help being persuasive?
Yes, it would be much better to have someone more skilled in those arts.
I can either do it myself or give you a bit to boost.
Perhaps you should speak to him about the matter.
Probably. Although, considering how you kind of didn't persuade him, it might be a bit harder for me. But
perhaps, but
I do my best.
It's worth a shot.
Edmund says, "Well, I can put in at least 100 gold right now. 200 gold will kind of clean out. I did spend quite a bit of money on all the wagons and everything else. I wish y'all would have told me about this.
No, I fully understand, and it's only something that I thought of recently as the need for me participating in the circus became apparent.
100 gold will be enough, Edmund. I can spot whatever else they need.
Edmund will count out 100 gold pieces and push them over to you, Blaznir.
All right, let's go persuade woodworker.
Yes.
All right. While we're walking over there, eventually I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on myself to give me Eagle Splendor.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that. Before then, Willow, you went to go take a walk. Is there anywhere in particular you're wanting to go?
No, Willow is just walking around trying to figure out what her talent is, because she was between being raised as a spy and secondly raised to kill the people that made her a spy. She hasn't had a childhood, so she doesn't know what she's good at.
Interesting. So, Willow, you're kind of wandering about town, and eventually your path takes you towards the sea, the shore. You make your way over to... There's a few docks with boats, a few boats in the water that you can see just at the edge of your vision. A few more probably coming in to shore. You stand there on the docks kind of watching a little bit as these boats draw near. And you just kind of think to yourself, soul searching, trying to come up with what talents do you have? You have the talents of a thief. You have the talents of an assassin. But what else is there? And you sit there and think for a little bit. Now, Shokan, you said that you were heading out just to exercise, correct?
Yeah, I figure I should, if I'm going to try doing any kind of strong woman stuff, I should probably make sure I'm not too rusty.
Okay. So you go around the side of the building, and you find there's some pretty big rocks out there. There's a fallen tree log that someone had been hacking away at, but kind of gave up at some point. And so the two of you, and so you kind of start playing around, lifting rocks, lifting the big tree trunk for a little bit, pushing your muscles as much as you can. Then you start slipping into more of a martial arts routine, stretching those legs out, doing some of that Tai Chi style movements to get yourself just in that fit of readiness. Now, as you're finishing up one set, you do notice Willow over there on the docks, standing there looking out into the sea. You do anything?
I may, after lifting for a bit, take a little break and go talk to her. Be like, is there anything I could help you out with?
She's gonna act like she got startled, but heard you coming up just so she would seem normal. I'm just doing some soul searching, trying to figure out life. I do appreciate you offering your assistance.
Would you? Is there any? I'm trying to figure out a way to ask. Do you want to talk about anything? Is there any advice I could perhaps give to you?
I'll be good, thank you. If you want to meet up with the party, I'll come find you guys later. I'm just gonna sit here and think. But I do appreciate you coming to check on me. And she'll do like a hint of a smile, like she she feels like that's what someone should do at this point, but isn't sure if that's normal.
Okay.
And not wanting to push too much, I'll tell her, well, I'll be nearby if you need to, if you want to talk or you would like any other advice. And I'm going to go on and, kind of slowly make my way back over a little bit awkwardly because I'm not quite sure how to, how to react, I guess.
That's fair. And as you're walking away and Willow kind of turns back to look out into the water, you can see a fishing boat beginning to pull in towards the harbor, Willow. And a little bit you, Shokan, as you're looking to one side. The fishing boat seems to be moving at a fairly fast pace, and it docks quickly in the dock in front of you, Willow. There you can see 3 men climbing out of the boat, seemingly very happy and triumphant. The one climbs out holding a huge bag of something, followed by its 2 compatriots, and they're just laughing and chatting. They seem to be saying something about one of the best hauls they've ever seen. And I think that we're actually going to take an early break this week. And we're going to take about 10 minutes to hit the restroom, grab a drink, that sort of thing. And then we'll jump right back on into it. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
All right.
Okay. We are back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. And when we last left off, the group had moved out about the town and was currently doing a few various things. Willow was doing a bit of soul searching on the docks. Shokan was practicing her martial arts and preparing her strength for her feats of strength in the circus. Cameron and Blaznir were heading back to the carpenter, wanting to try to persuade him to make a spinning disc thing that Edmund can shoot arrows at Cameron and hopefully miss. And Ichabod, you were kind of still hanging out in the inn a little bit, weren't you?
With little Edmund, but I think we would probably walk out after everybody's been gone for a little while.
Okay.
I would also like to go for a little walk.
Okay. You head out of the inn as well, with Edmund in tow, kind of talking a little bit, reminiscing. Edmund, he's an interesting, studious young man and has a lot of thoughts, so it kind of reminds you a little bit of your own past with your children.
Oh, little Ishmael.
Well, as you are all moving about, Willow, you would hear this first. This loud shriek and scream that causes everyone to look up in surprise. More screams fill the air, as well as the loudest roar any of you has ever heard.
I'm going to pull out my syringe and run after it.
Whoa.
Well, make a perception check. You look towards the sound of this roar, and you rolled a
18. Sorry, I was pre-pulling up roll 20.
No
I
problem.
minimized and couldn't find the right window.
No problem. With your 18, you look north towards the water, and the sight you see fills your heart with dread. Massive winged beast with long membranous wings and a whip-like tail is soaring towards the coastline. The afternoon sun that is beginning to peek through the clouds seemed to radiate off the scales of this reptilian creature that, judging based on the distance, may be 50 feet in length as it flies towards the harbor. It roars once again as it lowers its head and unleashes a blast of what almost looks like yellow water vapor, scintillating off the low afternoon sun that quite literally evaporates the ocean around the pier just to the north of you, running this massive breath over the boats that you guys all saw right here, hitting the men as they're unloading whatever it was that they're pulling off the boat, and it just annihilates them. You see all the moisture get sucked out of the ocean and out of these men, completely desiccating their bodies, and all three of them drop to the ground dead at this. And I need everyone right now to roll for initiative.
Oh, didn't send it to the turn tracker.
Yeah, don't forget to click on your token.
Rip.
Don't forget
25.
to click on your token.
20.
Oh my god, all the little townsfolk.
All the small things.
Yeah, I just put all the tokens there just so I could keep track of where they are, to let them all just run. Nobody's obviously going to be fighting.
No. I fix it.
Yeah.
Okay, is everybody in turn order?
Yarp.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
Who's Novo?
Does it say Novo? Why does it keep doing that? It's weird that your token keeps updating back to Shokan or back to Novo. Because that's totally not me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, it probably is still listed either on your character sheet or because there's two places you can put a name, right?
Yeah, there is.
So one of those probably still says Novo.
I'll look at it later. But it's okay. Cameron, you're first in the turn order. And you and Blaznir had been making your way towards the carpenter shop when you heard that loud roar coming from somewhere to the north of you. You're not entirely sure where it is, but you definitely heard it coming in that direction. So what are you wanting to do?
I'm wanting to move in that direction. So let's see. So, first off, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I can actually use this feature for once. I'm going to roll a d12 and hop.
Okay.
Because rabbit hop. Says once during each of your turns when you walk at least 5 feet, you can hop, rolling a d12 and moving that many feet in a direction of your choice. This extra distance doesn't cost you movement, but you can only hop if your speed isn't 0.
Okay. So yeah, you can move an extra 11 feet, so I suppose 10 feet based on the map.
Yep. And then I guess, what do I see? Do I see the thingy yet, or do I need to make a perception for that?
Okay, well, can you see it on the map personally right now?
Yes.
You can. Then you probably are able to see it. Let me see here. Yeah, that is about 85 feet away from you and is currently flying about 30 feet above the line of the ocean at this point.
Mm-hmm.
These three guys here on the boat are straight up dead.
Okay, cool. Well, that makes my decision easier then. I get to use this spell for, I think, the first time. I'm going to throw out a lightning bolt. Let me...
Okay, that's Willow right there, by the way.
Find the... Okay, we're going to go with yellow and... wall. Yes. There we go.
That was me, Matt. I was measuring stuff and something.
Gotcha.
So, how do I don't know if I can rotate this.
It's kind of a pain.
Okay, that's fine.
You.
All I'm really looking to do is hit him and avoid hitting Portal Friend or Willow or whatever.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah.
It's barely in your range because of the weird angle math.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's probably right at the edge of your range.
Cool. So it's a dexterity save from him, and failing he would take 8d6 lightning damage or half on a successful save.
Okay.
And then I guess depending on how wet the boat is that these guys were on, if it was caught by the lightning bolt, it could be ignited. Not that it matters because it's in water, but...
Yeah, it wouldn't catch on fire.
That's fine. That's probably good.
Here. Oh, that should not have been rolled to GM. He rolled it in she rolled an 11, which is a failure. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Cool. Time to ride the lightning. D6. 8d6. 32.
Woo!
Okay, 32
Not
points
too
of
bad.
damage. This gigantic yellow-scaled dragon that's flying overhead above the water had just unleashed that torrent of odd energy that seemed to evaporate all the water in the region. And actually, Willow, you would have seen wherever it hit around that boat, just all the water evaporated.
And then it goes whoop,
And then it goes
flashing.
Exactly, and makes this a big splash, which probably hit you with quite a bit of spray as it clapped there, and that boat there is rocking and capsizes a little bit. Cameron comes running up, sees this dragon, and just unleashes lightning in a long arc that smashes into the side of this creature, completely catching it off guard. She had no idea that this little rabbit would come out and do it, taking 32 points of damage. Very nice.
Listen, darling, if you can't calm down, we're going to have to put you in timeout.
Okay, that's it for Cameron's turn. Next up, we have Willow. So, Willow, what are you doing?
I'm thinking. I'm going to, because I'm sure there's debris from the boat and whatnot from getting blown up. Is that correct?
What's that?
Is there any debris in the water or anything like that I can see?
Not so much. The boat itself didn't explode. It's all of the water was evaporated but all the moisture was ripped and evaporated from the dragon blast. So the boat now is capsized and is kind of floating there upside down in the water, and the boat's obviously rocking from all the water crashing into each other and that sort of thing. But it's not like broken or anything like that.
Okay. So, knowing that, my part of my plan isn't gonna work now, but I'm gonna pull out a dagger, and I'm gonna cast catapult on it to aim at the dragon.
Okay, go ahead and throw up catapult into chat for us so we can see what that says.
Oh, I did the wrong one.
That's okay, I got it. Okay, you can choose an object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't being worn or carried, so I suppose you could drop the dagger, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in the direction of your choosing before falling to the ground. Needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, I like it. So you pull out a dagger and you just fling it with your catapult magic. It goes flying through the air towards the dragon at high speed. Let's see what she can do this time.
And it looks like we have an issue. It looks like all my spell abilities, DC and attack bonus and all whatnot, got erased.
Yeah.
That's not good. Let's see. You're an Eldritch Knight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's intelligence.
8 plus proficiency bonus plus your casting modifier.
Yep. So I just fixed it for you. It should be on your scene.
Thank you.
So your spell save DC is an 11. Let's see what he can roll, or she can roll.
Lady Dragon.
That's a 17, so that's a save. She does still take half damage, so 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
And then I'm going to hopefully click the right thing, and I'm going to run onto shore.
Probably a good idea. You are just outside of the range of her breath weapon attack. Okay, is that it for your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Next up, we come to Fandrin.
Who?
Fandrolin, actually. Fandrolin. I always say that wrong. Oh, she rolled a 1 on her dragon breath. That's a shame.
Rip.
Okay, let's see. What does she want to do?
Does she want to die?
Okay. Let me look right quick. Okay. Fandrin, the dragon, looks towards the group that just threw a lightning bolt and a catapult at her and hit her. She grins a little bit with that toothy dragon grin. And does anybody here speak Draconic?
Let me check.
No.
No, damn.
Okay. You hear something in the dragon language. Yeah. But that's really about it.
Edmund, I feel like somebody just said something very sassy.
Flies towards the group, aiming low towards the ground as it comes to right about here. And I'm going to need, let's see. Okay. So you're going to move right there. And I'm going to need Shokan, Cameron, and Willow to all make charisma saving throws, please.
Well, I hope you guys have some new character ideas for me.
That would be a 9.
That would be a 7.
Got a 6.
I have a random inspiration. Can I use it to re-roll?
Yes, you can.
That would be a 14 instead.
Okay. Unfortunately, the spell save is a 15. So, Shokan, Cameron, and Willow, all three of you you hear the dragon mutter something in a draconic language, but unfortunately none of you understand what it says. However, all three of you begin to glow bright for a moment as you feel this force envelop you. All three of you now have the spell Bane cast on you.
We may not be able to understand it, but it was clearly talking bad about our mothers.
Okay, it is then going to circle up and come to rest right about here, about 30 feet, or 35 feet, sorry, above your group. And it is holding position, flapping there. So, for all three of you, whenever you make an attack roll or saving throw, as long as the spell's being held, you have to roll a d4 and subtract the total number from the attack or saving throw. So keep that in mind going forward. But that's it for the dragon's turn. Shokan, you just had Bane cast on you, and this dragon is currently flying at a weird angle, about 35 feet above you, and another probably, let's see here, 20 feet in front of you. So, what are you wanting to do?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming I can't reach it 35 feet up, so I'm just gonna back up out of range. It's about here, because I don't have any ranged weapons at all.
Oh, you don't, huh?
Nope.
Wow.
I'm useless.
Hey, Brie, I
Until
think you're muted.
Yeah, I'm useless
Oh,
until this thing lands.
I said two things. One is, whoa, you don't even have a javelin, and the second one was you can use your action to dodge. If you wanted to.
Well, yeah, but I mean, other than that, I'm useless, so...
I know, I'm just saying, just so that you don't go, I don't do anything, and then nothing, you know? Like,
Okay. Yeah, but I'm still gonna just back up until the sucker lands, and then I'll swoop in.
So what are you using your action to dodge like Brie suggested, or are you using your action for something else?
No, I'm just moving, because, I mean, what do I have to dodge right now?
well, if you use it to dodge,
Anything
then
it
it gets...
attacks you with.
It'll get disadvantage to hit you, and if you have to make a dex save against a breath weapon, maybe, you would get advantage.
Oh, so, like, I would have to declare now that I'd be dodging?
Yeah, that's how you would use your
That's how
action.
you use the dash.
Or you can ready something, or you
dodge.
can...
Oh, okay. Yeah, then, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you still have options. You can
Yeah.
you can ready an attack. You can ready.
Or you can
use
help.
ability, or you can help, or you can just use the dodge action. There's a lot of different actions you can do besides just punching and kicking.
I have a DM
I mean,
screen in front of me, so I always be like, what are my options?
It's a good
Yeah,
thing
no,
to have.
I'll go back, like, about this way, but I'll use dodge if it attacks me.
Well, you are using dodge. That's what you're using your action for. You're using
Okay.
your action to dodge.
Okay, then yeah.
Ready.
Okay. Good to know. Blaznir, you just saw Cameron race off towards the shore, and you do definitely see that dragon flying there above the water. So, what are you wanting to do?
That is a big problem. I'm gonna take out my staff of swarming insects. Very termite-eaten staff. I'm gonna tap it a couple times on the ground, and I'm gonna cast Insect Plague centered on it. And a bunch of little fireflies are gonna start just coating the area, and it's gonna, attack or bite into it or whatever.
Okay, I'm looking for the thing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got 300 feet. Plenty of range to do this. So where are you wanting it to be? Okay.
Right there.
Right there?
Yeah. Just in case it decides to go on shore.
So using your staff, you cast Insect Plague. Swarming, biting locusts fill a 20-foot radius sphere. Centered on a point of view choose within range. The sphere spreads around corners, yada yada yada. Alright, it's difficult terrain. When the area each creature must make a con saving throw or take 4d10 damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. Creature must also make the saving throw when it enters the area for the first time or ends its turn there. Okay, good to know. So that's a 9, but he's going to go ahead and use his legendary resistance to succeed instead. So go ahead and roll your damage.
It is 20 damage.
20? Okay, so 10 points of damage to the dragon. Good to know. These swarming insects begin swirling around this dragon as it's flying through the air, biting and swarming around it. It doesn't seem to take nearly as much damage as you might think. Some of the locusts are bouncing off of its scales and things like that, but it definitely looks like it's hurting.
Alright, and I'm also gonna, I think it's a bonus action. Give me a second to make sure it's a bonus action, actually. Nope, that's an action. That's annoying. Okay. I'm gonna move, I guess. Move over there and just kind of try to be inconspicuous.
You don't want to hit me with a breath weapon.
So you cast the spell and then just go running across the way, ducking near a barrel that's up against this building here, and hoping he doesn't see you. Sound about right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Next we come to Ichabod. Ichabod, you and Edmund had been just walking out of the inn and was kind of making your way towards the shore when you heard all this screaming. So what are you wanting to do?
At the sound of a battle, I jump into gear. I kind of perk my head up, and then I immediately run over to Salvatore, jump on his back, because then I can ride my horse.
Okay.
And we can move. Okay, so where's Salvatore at? I'm going to count it out first.
I sort of want you to make an athletics check to jump on your horse.
In battle, we are a seamless unit. We are a seamless unit. I can't use my horse as intended.
No, I'm just fucking with you. You're fine.
40. Okay, he can go pretty far. So we're going to go about right there.
Ichabod runs up, puts one foot in the stirrup, and leaps onto his charger, rears it around, and just goes riding off towards the shoreline. Where, yes, you can see the dragon now there, and being swarmed by this big wave of insects.
All right. Well, I see y'all have been getting busy. Since he's, what you said, 35 feet in the air?
Yes, 35 feet in the air.
I will use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon. So there's that. I can make this appear within 60 feet, so a longsword a floating spectral longsword appears next to the dragon, and it says you can make an attack roll. When you cast a spell, you can make a melee attack against a creature within 5 feet of that weapon. So I'm going to do that. So here we go. Spiritual weapon. Ooh, 24. For 9 force damage. And that's a bonus action, so I think I still have an action. So I want to dodge. Oh, I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. Okay, so I put a token up there for you. You should be able to see it now. I'm actually going to make it red just to make it a little easier.
Cool.
There, you should be able to see it now. You can actually control that, but that is your spiritual weapon.
Awesome, thank you.
So Ichabod casts spiritual weapon. This long sword appears in the air, takes a swing at him, at the dragon, and yeah, 24 is definitely going to hit for 9 points of force damage. And then you said you're going to take the dodge action on your horse?
Yeah, me and Salvatore will dodge together.
Salvatore will dodge together. I'll allow it. Absolutely.
You should allow it. He is my steed. He's not a horse. He's a spirit. There's no. I will. You will.
Oh really? Oh
That's
really?
What I'm saying. It's like if you made somebody make like an animal handling check to tell their owl familiar to scout. You know,
Matt,
I know. I'm just playing around.
I want to go on record.
What's up?
I'm not with her. I'm not with her. I can't tell you what to do.
Yeah, see, that's the
correct. Tell him what to do.
That's the correct action. Now, Ichabod.
Yes.
The gods seem to be looking in favor upon you right now.
Whoa.
And they're giving you an extra turn in combat right now.
Oh snap! I'm gonna. Well, I guess I still get that dodge then. Okay. So I'm dodging and I'm attacking. Well, I guess I'll.
Yeah. So that turn is over. So
yeah.
that
So
you
it's like
just
a
have
whole
one
other
new
turn.
Yep.
Okay. So I will hit it with that spiritual weapon again as a bonus action.
I'm assuming we have anesthetic to thank.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You do have anesthetic to thank.
And then I will.
12 is definitely not going to hit, though.
Yeah, that ain't going to do it. Can I see that my 3 friends are glowing red? And also, the dragon needs to make a concentration check on that spell after taking damage.
That is true.
So I think, yeah, I would have to do it for the insect plague.
The insect plague as well. So that's a 20 for the insect plague. That's definitely gonna hold on to that
problem.
spell.
Oh yeah.
And a 13, yeah, that will as well.
Okay.
Yep.
So she is still holding on to that spell.
So can I see those people who are being hurt by that? Can I tell?
Like, that's a good question.
Yeah, because I wasn't there for when it was cast, but
yeah, it doesn't actually say in the spell that there's a visualness to it. It's something that's cast on them. I'm gonna say
detect magic then.
Yeah, I'd say it probably needs like a detect magic spell or something like that.
I am not going to do that. So I use my bonus action. So I'm looking at all my spells. I guess I will do. I want to help people. I guess since I don't know who specifically was targeted, I'm going to cast Bless on a few people. I don't even remember who was targeted, so I'm just going to pick people. I'm going to do...
I'll keep in mind that I think that one has a range. It's 30 feet.
Okay, within 30 feet of me.
Yes.
So...
Yeah, you might not be able to get us.
Yeah, I can't do you. Dang.
Yeah, it's even just 40 feet.
Well, you still have your movement. It's a brand new turn.
It is a new turn. It is a new turn.
It is a brand new turn.
So, wrong thing.
Actually, anesthetic just redeemed advantage for you as well, Ichabod.
So let me do it for spiritual weapon.
So I'm going to let you roll the spiritual weapon one more time.
I am receiving a lot of love right now.
She is. You are receiving.
Actually, hold on? Before I roll that advantage, could I do the bless? Could I do that first so that I can roll the d4? I want to bless myself.
Oh, so you're wanting?
Yeah, because I was gonna cast bless when I ran over here. I want to cast bless so I can use it.
I'm going to say not in this. I'm not going to let you retroactively do that much.
Okay, well then I will give it to. I'll give it to Willow, Cameron, and my damn self.
And a 16 did not hit. Just so you know.
When you think about you bless yourself.
Yeah, I bless myself, Willow, and Cameron, and then I will use a little bit more of my movement just to get some distance between me and them. Is my dodge still active for my first turn? I guess.
No, it wouldn't have been because that was just a brand new turn. But you can, yeah. So
well, I mean, like, because it would go through the round, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You use your dodge action the last round, then you just got an extra turn.
Oh,
turn immediately went again. Then you use that action to bless.
Oh, okay. So
it's unfortunate. It's just a.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Now you said you cast the bless on yourself. Yes?
On me, Willow, and Cameron.
Okay, I'm trying to find a good one for that. Yourself,
Big
Willow.
Heart.
And Cameron. And then
it was going to be really funny if I could bless all the people who were baned. So then you would roll a d4 to lose it, and then roll another d4 to gain it back.
Which is basically how it's going to work, because 2 of the 3 of them did have it on them.
Oh yes,
so it's a very weird situation. But yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
I do it for the comedy. This
Why
one's
the
for
fuck
you, anesthetic. The comedy.
Okay, with Ichabod's 2 turns over, we're going to Edmund. He is going to move, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet right there. And yeah, he can definitely see the big fucking dragon that's flying there.
Mm-hmm.
65 feet plus probably another 30 upward. That's weird. I have to reload. Sorry about that, everybody.
No worries. Edmund, now you be careful, alright?
Yeah.
And if Cameron, for some reason, has a way to ground the thing, that would be great.
Okay. Almost loading.
Somebody cast a net. Get the townspeople in here. Cast a net.
Cast a net.
I know you got them.
Okay, now that I'm finally loaded up, let's get back into this. And I'm trying to figure out what it is that Edmund is going to do.
Mr. Archery Boy. So good at archery.
Yeah, I'd say that he's in range for that. So the first thing Edmund is going to be doing is casting Hunter's Mark on the dragon. It shouldn't work like that, but it's okay.
Oh.
So the dragon is now Hunter's Marked. I'll put this little arrowy looking guy on them. And then, with the Hunter's Mark, that's a 16. That does not hit, unfortunately.
Shame.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of Edmund's turn right there. Couldn't do a whole lot, but at least the thing's Hunter's Marked.
Mm-hmm.
Next off, the only reason I put these guys all out here is because they're going to be doing one thing and one thing only that
Running the fuck
townsfolk
away.
would do in this circumstance. Yes, running the
Die?
fuck away.
Oh, I thought it was die. Sorry.
No, a few of them have done that already.
15, 20.
You can only do one as an action on your turn.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Uses their action to die.
Unless they're a bard, in which case they're going to be monologuing greatly about their death as they die.
So most of them are just taking the action to run, to dash, and they're just running as fast as they can. 5, 10, 15.
All right.
I have a plan.
He has a plan. We'll find out that plan, won't we? Man, I was hoping to kill a few more of them. That's okay.
You should have had them just stand there and scream in terror for a round.
Yeah, probably, but that's what they would do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm true to my craft, damn it. Okay, Cameron, it's
Yes.
your turn.
Awesome. So I'm going to take a 5-foot step here, place a light hand on both Shokan and Willow and say, I'd really like to take this time to dispel a common myth. It is not only the vaunted druid who can help you get high. And I'm going to use a 4th level spell slot to cast Fly on the two of them.
Interesting. Okay.
So both of them now have a flying speed of 60 feet.
Perfect.
I like it.
And
I wonder if I have like a wing.
I think there is a wing one. We've got a lot of active effects right now.
Yeah, we do.
I'm going to move behind this tree with the rest of my movement. Because I do not have any cantrips that are a bonus action, and that is a leveled spell.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you reach out, touching both Shokan and Willow, and casting Fly on them. They both begin to levitate a little bit up in the air, just a little bit over the ground, but they now know that they can fly, and have a fly speed of 60 feet, so go ahead and make sure you remember that.
Cool.
Okay. And with that, we have Willow. What are you doing?
Well, I was going to see if I could catapult a net over the dragon, but then I can flight.
Do you have a net?
No, I was going to see, because it's a fishing town, I was going to see if there was a net somewhere around that I could use.
You can look
But
for one
I
if you
got
want.
Oh no, I got flight, so I'm going to do something different. To pour a potion over a weapon, is that an action or a bonus action?
It depends on what it is. Are you like coating your weapon with poison?
Yes.
That's a bonus action.
I'm going to put one charge of my purple worm poison on my syringe.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go inject it into the dragon.
Well, you're welcome to try.
Yep.
Now, Willow, you go flying
Yes.
up into the air and start flying towards the dragon. The moment you come into that big swirling radius of bugs, I'm going to need you to make, what was it, Blaznir?
Save.
Con save or dex save?
There it
Con
is.
save, thank you. I need you to make a con saving throw, Willow.
Insect play.
An 11.
Okay, so the moment you come flying through that space, all those bugs that are just flying around, gigantic locusts that's swirling around the dragon, focus on you and comes flying towards you as well. You take 8 points of piercing damage as you fly into that space.
That was such a lucky damage roll.
Yeah, that really
It
was.
Luckily
trust-
for you, I'm concentrating on the fly spell and not you.
Yeah.
Now, trust you won't make that mistake again.
I mean, not for at least a day and a half.
Not until your turn comes around again.
And then I will attack. And I gotta do plus D4, minus D4.
Oh, yeah.
Add a plus D4 and a minus D4.
Minus D4?
3.
So that's an 11.
Plus D4.
13. A 13 does not hit the dragon, unfortunately. Is that it for your attack action?
Yes, that will be my attack action.
Okay, are you doing anything
you
else?
Have 2 attacks as a fighter.
No, actually, do I now?
Multi-class, so probably not.
Actually, I think I do, actually.
Are you 5th level fighter?
That's on double checking. It's been so long. I'm thinking cleric and not... I am 5th level, so yeah, I do have my second attack.
Woo!
Yep, you would.
I was thinking the cleric from the Halloween special last time. Second attack. 13.
And don't forget to add your to roll your 2d4s. This is ridiculous.
13.
13! 13 still does not hit.
Double 13s.
Double 13s. Unfortunately, 2 stabs with your syringe, that needle-like rapier that you carry with you. Unfortunately, you miss both times. It just pierces, it just hits the armor and deflects.
Mm-hmm.
I have a plan.
You have anything else to do for your turn?
Yes, I'm gonna pray to the DMs above and probably, a couple hours away that I don't die.
Yeah, probably. Because it is the dragon's turn.
She has to make a saving throw when she ends her turn as well.
If you still have movement, can you just fly out? Because you moved here.
Oh, when you end your turn there, and when you enter,
when you first
yes.
enter, when you end.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess I will move.
Yeah,
but
I do have movement.
You had to
I'll
go
move.
30 feet up.
Diagonally. But she could, I feel like she could still move a little bit out.
Yeah, you
That's
kind
a damn call.
You kind of flew up to the belly of this dragon and did your stabs, but then you go, oh shit, as you're being eaten by these bugs, so you go flying around, you circle around and above the dragon, and you manage to get yourself out of the radius just barely with the last of your movement.
Okay, cool.
I'll allow it. But
You're
it is the
standing on my
turn.
sword right now.
Yeah.
My sword is floating above your head.
Oh my god, I'm fucking Tinkerbell.
It is the dragon's turn now. So the first thing I need to do is roll a d6. Okay. Yeah, let's see. It's not when it starts its turn it has to make. It's when it ends its turn, correct, Blaznir?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. The dragon folds its wings towards its back and just shoots forward through the radius. Willow, you do have an attack of opportunity that you can roll.
Ooh.
That is a nat 20. And you normally would have to roll the d4s, but honestly, I don't think the math would matter anyway.
Yeah.
Now, I don't use poison very often. Does the poison stay coated for one attack, or until my next turn, or how does the poison per se?
Let's take a look real quick. Because I'm not quite sure the answer either. Okay, Once applied, the poison retains potency for 1 minute before drying out. So it would
Awesome.
still be active. Now, normally in normal D&D, applying poison is an action, but since I allow I allow potions to be bonus actions, that's why I allow poisons to be bonus action as well. Just so we're clear, this isn't a normal D&D rule. This is one of our homebrew rules that we do. Just so the people who watch is aware too. So,
well, this is going to hurt. Okay, so it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Well, that's a net 20 for a 25, so it saves.
It's
Okay.
So what's your damage?
It's going to take half of this. Okay. So 26-19, that's 30-45. So it takes half of 45.
Hold on. What was the dice roll for this one? I don't remember which one it is.
12d8 poison damage on a failed save.
Oh, 12.
Or it takes half the damage on a successful.
Did you mean 8d12? Because you rolled d12s.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it first.
You rolled
My
8
bad.
d12s, yeah.
So it's 12d8?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, so go ahead and re-roll that.
Another 19. And a 25. So you rolled 5d8. 5d8.
49.
Okay, I see.
Half of that would be 20.
Why are you rolling all these separately? That's what I'm having.
I think it's because it only goes up to 5.
Yeah, it only goes to 5.
But you could do the last roll.
You can use the advanced dice roller and roll as many.
Yeah, I didn't see the...
Here,
I'm making it complicated because it's more fun. Alright, do you want me to re-roll it the proper way or just keep it what it is?
Just re-roll the proper way because this is like we're getting
math.
I apologize.
So just put in 12d8 and roll it. Okay.
Alright, so that's 24 extra damage.
Okay, so that is 24 points of damage for the dragon.
So that's plus the 14.
So still a huge hit from Willow.
Actually, mad because the weapon is my magic weapon. I get to do an extra 2d6 as well.
Because it's
for what?
My syringe.
Why do you get an extra 2d6?
It's my magic weapon. It's my
vicious is what it is?
Yeah, vicious.
Oh,
yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was.
Right. That's right. That is vicious.
Because I knew I had that hand crossbow.
Yeah.
As Fontaine.
That does the extra damage on the critical. That's right. Now I remember. So an extra 6 points of damage in total on this guy, on this dragon. He's looking decently hurt.
Yeah, 44 points of damage there.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
44 points of damage. I like it. Okay, so the dragon then, after Willow stabs it, it comes flying towards this group right about here, which I need to pull this out.
You may want to move it one more if you don't want it to still be in the cloud.
I think it's like if the majority is out, right? I don't know.
Well, I just put him there because I have to adjust. I had to pull something else out. He's not where he's supposed to be yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no real way to get all three of you. That's what I was trying to figure out if he could or not. It doesn't seem like it.
I think probably me and the turtle would be the two, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to hit. Anybody else with Ichabod?
No, I would be able to hit
Oh, yeah, you
Ichabod,
could. Never
Salvatore, and you,
Yeah.
Cameron.
That's fair.
And Shokan really hasn't done anything, so
That's true.
it's going after the group right there. So I need. Let's see. This is its desiccation breath.
Oh, shouldn't he have to do a concentration check for that last attack?
For that 40, and that's a
You're right.
22.
You're absolutely right. He does need to make that con check, so let me do that real quick.
Oh, you forgot that Willow's turn is still happening, actually?
No, it's really
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, that is an 8. I gotta remember the math now. It was 40.
It was 44.
44 points of damage.
So it's a
Total.
DC 22.
Which is a failure. So yes, Cameron and Shokan and Willow, all three of you have lost Bane.
Yay.
Cool.
Okay, she is doing a desiccating breath. Let's see, it's a con save.
Constitution.
So yeah, I need everyone to make a con save for me.
That 9 is a failure.
Roll your D4 as well.
Don't
Oh,
forget
right.
your
Will
D4.
it help? It could get you there if you roll a 4. Ah!
Did roll a 4.
Awesome. I definitely
Although
failed.
that matches, so I don't remember if that saves
No,
or not.
it is a save. It is a
It's
save.
basically you need to get this number or higher. So.
Okay, so
No, Salvatore needs to
yeah,
make it.
Salvatore needs to as well.
Constitution. He got a 15.
15. Okay, that's a save as well. So 24 points of necrotic damage to you, Ichabod, and half of that, 12 points of damage to you, Cameron, and to
Salvatore.
Salvatore, thank you, Salvatore.
Okay, he's still up.
And then
still
I
up.
am
Mhm.
making my saving throw, which is DC 10.
Oh, concentration.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I succeed.
I guess
so
I
my,
also.
my spell stays.
Okay, your spell stays up. And with that, the dragon is going to use the rest of its movement to... let's see, he used... hold on, 5...
I also
10,
keep saying
15, 20... 25 feet of movement, so... 55 more feet of movement.
how dare you?
And it's going to do what a dragon would do in this circumstance. It's going to fly high and get out into the open air again. So it flies 55 feet at an upward angle and comes to rest right about here, flying high above the water.
Okay.
And that's it for its turn. Man, that didn't do nearly as much damage as I was hoping it would. That's okay. Next up, we come to Shokan. Shokan, what are you doing?
Well, I'm not attacking the dragon, that's for one. I can't reach the thing.
You do have fly. You can't get there, but
Yeah, no, I can't get there. There's no
But
Actually-
you have movement and dash. You could get
yeah,
close.
you could dash.
You have 60 feet, and then you could make that 120 if you wanted.
Also, it looks like Anesthetic has decided to give the dragon disadvantage on its next roll.
Savage.
Well, instead of going after him, because by the time I even get there, he's going to move again. I'm going to go over here because I saw you take some damage. I'm going to, let's see, spend a key point, and I'm going to cast Hand of Healing on you, which is... Hold on, it is, let's see, my martial arts die and wisdom modifier. What's my martial arts die?
Whatever your martial arts
Yeah, whatever your
damage.
martial arts die is. Whatever your unarmed strike does.
Oh, okay.
I think
You
it's
know
a
what, here,
D6
hold on.
right now.
I've got a button here for it.
There you go.
Maybe, did that work?
I don't see anything.
There.
There's 6
So you pump 6 points of healing into Ichabod. This turtle just comes flying up towards you, Peter Pan style, and just swings at you, almost like it's about to punch. But instead of punching you...
No. I've already established I don't act like I'm hitting my friend. I'm gentle about it with my
I
friend.
do see you run at me, though, and I'm still alarmed.
Well, I was just saying that she swings as though she was going to punch you, but then touches you and heals you instead for 6 hit points.
Well, thank you, Sir Turtle.
Sir Turtle. I like it.
She never corrected me. Remember the last time? She never.
Are you doing anything else on your turn?
I'm just gonna sit here and wait for the dragon to come within reach.
You know, I feel that I would really like to be whipping this thing.
I bet you would.
It'd be so nice.
Yeah, sorry,
Blaznir.
I can only add 1 extra person for each level above 3rd that I casted.
No worries. No worries.
Well, Blaznir, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Oh, well, that insect plague was quite useless, wasn't it? Just sitting there. Anyway, yes, I'm gonna start moving a bit closer. And first I'm going to the scarf around my neck is gonna burst into flames and just kind of dwindle away, and Kyan is going to appear somewhere nearby. Give me like 5 seconds.
It's a friend.
Got a friend in me. Thank you.
He's gonna pop up right there and just kind of chill for a bit. And then I'm going to use the sorcery points I now have to cast a quicken spell. And I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at 4th level. So that creates 5. There's 5 things I need to roll.
How far range is Scorching Ray? 120 feet. Wow.
120. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow. That's all good.
Okay, so what all did you roll?
16, 2 24s, 18, and 19.
Okay. All but the 16 hit.
So that'd be 86. Alright. That is 22 points of fire damage.
22 points of
Oh,
fire
wait.
damage.
Plus, I forgot what. Enhanced bond, so extra 1d8. Does enhanced bond do like every instance of fire damage, or because like would those be individual instances of fire damage?
Pop it up. Let me see how it reads. Okay, this is the enhanced bond. The bond with your wildfire spirit enhances your destructive and restorative spells. Whenever you cast a spell that deals fire damage, or it restores hit points with your wildfire demon summon, roll a d8 and gain a bonus equal to the number rolled on 1 damage or healing. So it's when a spell is cast. So it's one spell being cast, just 5 bolts. So it'd only happen once.
Yeah. Okay. How would that work with like if I'm shooting multiple people?
I think it would just be on one.
Yeah, it'd probably just be
you
on the
could
first.
spread it out amongst them.
Yeah, it doesn't really say.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, it's...
A specific situation.
Well, tweet to Jeremy Crawford and see what he says.
Somebody explain.
Yeah, but that's the guy who said that monks can't divine smite if they're a paladin, so...
They just can't?
He's currently the head writer, so...
Yeah. They are not... unarmed strikes are not considered weapon attacks and thus cannot be used with paladin smite.
So that's 25 more points of damage.
And I'm also just going to drop concentration on the plague, because it's kind of useless right there.
Okay. Can't move it or anything?
I don't think so.
That's a
I
shame.
think
Okay. So you drop the insect plague that you were holding concentration on.
Yep.
Okay. Ichabod, you're up next.
Alright. I think I'm gonna there's an old proverb and it goes risk it for the biscuit. And I'm gonna cast command. Because on the off chance maybe it also speaks common, and I want the command word to be land.
Now, it is a 60 range, so...
I can move. Don't worry. I got you.
Also, how high up is it?
It's pretty damn high. It was about 50 feet up, but it's at an angle.
So
Yeah.
can I walk a little bit in the water on
yeah,
my
if you
tall
were to
horse?
get in the water, I'd say yes, you would be able to hit him.
All right. And then I say, hey, land.
Land. Okay. With a command. So that is a wisdom
It is
saving throw.
wisdom.
Yep.
Come on, give me this one. Oh, you said doesn't it have disadvantage because of anesthetic? Did it already do that?
It does have disadvantage because of anesthetic.
But that's only if it can understand your language.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm risking it for the biscuit.
Yep.
Well, that is a 7, which means that it failed. However,
It does.
it has legendary resistances.
Oh, it's using a legendary resistance. It does speak common.
It does speak common. You see the magic seem to take hold. You feel it take hold for a second, and the dragon like flutters his wings as though it's about to drop, but it then uses its legendary resistance to save, and it does not do that instead. So that's 2 legendary resistances it's used.
Okay. I will use my bonus action to. I'm sure it's going to move, but I will raise my sword a little closer.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
he's up there, so just pretend I'm going.
You can do that. That's it for your turn. Next up, we have Edmund. Let's see. What does Edmund want to do? Yeah, he's been using that hunter's mark, and he's still after his boast with the bow and arrow. He's really wanting to hit this thing, so he's going to go ahead and use his action to attack with his bow. Come on, this needs to work.
Go roll 20.
Edmund Coltrast, Dragon Slayer.
So that is an 18 to hit. I forgot to add his fighting style on there the last time he rolled. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. But an 18 is exactly what he needs to hit to land to hit this creature. Boom. 6 points of piercing damage plus...
Hunter's Mark.
6 points of Hunter's Mark. The arrow goes flying through the air, aim pure and clear. It strikes the dragon just underneath the wing, and you see it lurch to one side as it hits its mark. 12 points of damage. Not bad, Edmund. And the dragon roars out in pain. So I haven't used this enough.
Screech.
Yep.
Skirt.
Okay, we're at the top of the order again. Cameron, it's all you, buddy.
Alright. So, we're moving 30 feet to here. We're going to do a D12 hop, which is not even enough
not
to
even
get me an
5
extra
foot,
square, which is lame.
I'll let you have 1 square.
Okay. Yay! Okay, then... Whoa, no, I'm trying to get this. going to bonus action cast Misty Step, which is 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then going to attempt to use Chronal Shift. Or no, not Chronal Shift. Where is it? Momentary Stasis on the dragon. As an action, I can magically force a large or smaller... Wait, is it large or smaller, or is it bigger?
It's bigger. It's definitely bigger.
Well, never mind then. That would not work on him.
Yeah, I wanted to do a trip attack.
I'm sorry.
Is it large?
It is a large.
Okay.
We better shrink that bad boy.
A Constitution saving throw, and if it fails, it is encased in a field of magical energy until the end of my next turn, or until it takes any damage. While encased in this way, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Oh, no flying speed.
I like it. I like it. So
if
let's
it
see
succeeds,
what we do.
I may have just brought it to the ground like you asked.
I want this. Yes!
That shouldn't have been a disadvantage, but both of them are a 7. So he fails. And as you're grasping it with this chronal energy, trying to force it to stop, it's using its last legendary resistance to save instead.
That's fine.
I know more. I'm gonna try that land again, so if you've got any way to give him disadvantage, please.
And that is my turn. I've moved bonus action.
This is a general call to anybody to give this dragon disadvantage.
Very meta of you. Willow, you're up next. You are flying in the air, probably about 20 or 30 or so feet above the water. Actually, no, you're about 35 feet. Anyway, the dragon is in the air, high above Cameron. What are you doing?
Call me Tinkerbell. I want to charge and try to attack again.
Yeah, you can get 30 feet there. $26 is definitely gonna hit.
And then it needs to make a con save.
That poison already got used.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you said it was on there for a minute. I apologize.
Well, it lasts for a minute, but once
until
you use it, that's it. Yes.
All right. Well, I hit for 6.
You did hit,
and then
for
I will
6.
attack you again. Where are you at? Now, do I still have inspiration from Ichabod for the D4?
Oh yeah, the bless, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that would have helped work the last time. Didn't need it. 16 still does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
Oof. Almost.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. That's it for your turn.
Actually, you know what? In true Tinkerbell fashion, I want to stick my tongue out it and spit raspberries.
So after stabbing twice at it with your needle, with your syringe, one going into the creature's flank, the other glancing off the scales, you just blow a big raspberry at the dragon, taunting it. And it is the dragon's turn. So let's see. Rolling a d6.
You offended him.
Okay. You certainly did offend the dragon. And it is not happy. It looks directly at you since you're the one who just came up and stabbed it. First thing I'm going to need you to do, and I need everybody within 120 feet to make a, a wisdom saving throw, please, as it's using its frightful presence on all of you.
Have that as a proficient saving throw.
Not 20, thank goodness!
22.
I rolled up.
That
15,
is
just shy.
just so you know, that is everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Kynan is immune to fear, so.
That's you too. Okay, you got that. Yep. Blaznir, I see yours. Steven, yeah, I see Cameron. I see Willow. I'm just looking for Ichabod.
Oh, I rolled a let's see, where am I at? 12, and then I rolled my d4, which was a 3, so I got 15, just shy.
Okay.
So Blaznir and Ichabod are affected.
So yeah, Blaznir, Ichabod, and I need to roll for Edmund.
Willst thou be outshined by a child?
Yeah, he
Yes.
rolled an 18. He succeeded. So yeah, Blaznir and Ichabod, you are both frightened of this creature. So you are terrified for 1 minute. You see the dragon, and you just lose your shit and start freaking out seeing it.
I'm subtly shaking in my boots.
More specifically, it's disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while
Yeah,
the
I
source
got
of
it.
fear is within line of sight.
It ain't
And
gonna.
you can't move closer to it.
Yep, you just can't move closer to it, unfortunately. Next thing it's going to do...
Hey, what about the horse?
Oh yeah, the horse would need to as well.
Salvatore. What thing is that under? We're making wisdom? Yeah,
Yeah, just hit wisdom.
I got it.
Okay.
He got an 8, he's scared.
He is scared as well. Next off, after using its prideful presence, it's going to be making 3 attacks. Ooh. Right at you, Willow. So the first is its bite attack. That's a 13, which I assume misses.
That does miss.
And next thing it's going to be doing is its claw attack, which is a 9, with also misses. Holy shit. Last one with its tail. That's a 16 to hit.
Which?
It ties, but I'm going to use my reaction to cast shield.
Ooh.
Okay, so flying there, you see this tail comes flying right towards your face, and you just instinctively throw up the spell shield, knocking the thing away, and you do not take the damage. Nice.
Power of raspberries.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. Shokan, you're up next.
Alright, so let me ask something. If I were to use Step of the Wind to spend a key point to take dash as a bonus, would I be able to dash and then attack?
Because it's a bonus action and not an attack action.
Okay.
So that's the whole point of the Step of the Wind. You can move your full movement, then use your bonus action to dash, and you still have your action to do what you want.
Okay,
Cool.
I'm gonna I get 60 because I'm flying, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come up here. That is 1 key point.
And that was your bonus action, don't forget. So you still have your
Yeah,
action.
my action, which would be my attack, which I'm going to two-handed. That
Okay.
18.
18 just hits.
That is 12 damage.
12 points of damage.
Okay. Do I still get my second attack?
Yeah, you have your attack action is what allows you to make 2 swings.
Okay. So then another one. 13 does not hit. And then I don't believe I can do my flurry of blows because
No, that's a bonus action.
that's a bonus action. So
That's correct. This dragon is looking really rough, though, as Shokan comes flying up into the air, shooting through the air like a green torpedo. She cracks it against the side of its back with her quarterstaff, and some of those scales just break off and go flying down to the ground, and it splash in the water. It is still up, however. It's just looking pretty hurt. Blaznir, you're up next.
Oh
I'm
god,
gonna go look for those later.
that is a giant dragon. still attack when I'm frightened, right? Just disadvantage.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. You are frightened. So you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls when the source of the fear is within line of sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to it.
I'm guessing that means Kaihan couldn't teleport me if closer as well.
Probably not, no.
Unless he's doing it against your will.
Yeah, he cannot do it, so.
And he's the one that that orders it to move him. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I was just goofing.
Oh, either way, I'm going to give Kaihan my bonus action, and he's going to try to fly closer to he's gonna dash up to. What is? Oh,
How much
speed is
movement does it
60.
have?
60. I thought it was 40 for some reason.
We're
It's gonna
grouping
dash
up.
up to there. Yeah, and give me a second. I'm trying to do something, but I don't know if I can. Okay.
Its speed is 30.
And he's taking a dash action.
Okay, so he moved 60. Got it. I thought for a second you said the speed was 60. I was like, no, that doesn't sound right.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, so since my spells can originate for him, does that mean the range is based off of where he is?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so through him, if I'm close enough, I'm going to, because I think I am, although there's a height thing, but I'm going to cast Enlarge on Shokan.
Okay, I like it. So go ahead and pop up Shokan, Enlarge for me real quick. So you cause a creature or object you see within range to grow larger or smaller, and you said enlarge, so it's larger, which I assume she's just going to allow. So your target, basically what happens, Shokan, is he casts the spell, or this little red panda comes flying up towards you. It looks at you and it opens its mouth, and a spell just comes shooting out. You immediately double in size, growing large instead of medium, and you get to add a d4 whenever you strike. So
Cool.
It's an extra d4 of damage.
Okay, I'm gonna look at myself kind of like, what? Oh, okay. I'll go with this, I guess.
Yeah. I'm going to just kind of, I'm going to go, oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm going to go behind these bushes and start singing to myself, try to calm myself down.
Probably.
Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do do.
Okay, Ichabod, you're up next.
I get to make a save
Alright.
at the end of my turn, right?
Yes, you do. Go ahead, Blaznir. Nope.
Alright. It's my turn?
It's your turn.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm shaking in my boots. I'm scared, but I have been trained to continue in spite of my fear. So if I cannot approach you, I command you, approach me. So that's going to be... Actually, let me hit him with my sword first. My bonus action sword, real quick.
Okay.
Since that's right there, I put
It
in
is
all
right
that
there.
work. 16.
16.
Oh, wait, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Give me the D4. No.
No. Does that
Okay.
even... Would that work on the spell? I don't know. Yeah, I
would-
suppose so. Yeah, because it is
I-
coming off you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What does it say? It might specifically say attack roll and ability check. But that is an attack
fine.
roll. It's
Yeah.
a spell attack roll.
It is a spell attack roll. So.
Okay. So that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll allow it. I mean, it still didn't...
I still didn't hit, but
Doesn't matter, but
note for the future.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my action to say approach, which is one of the suggested ones, which means he would move towards me at the fastest possible route and end within 5 feet of me.
Okay, so what kind of save is that?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Let's see how he does. Or she
I cannot approach you. You must approach me.
Would you want him to?
Mm.
Yes, I really do.
She really wants to hit him.
Oh, shift.
She, unfortunately, with a 20, that saves. Okay, you doing anything else for your turn, Ichabod?
I'm gonna try to get out of range with these people. I'm backing up, but not because I'm scared.
Okay, that's it for Ichabod's turn.
Actually,
Edmund's up
wait.
next.
You
Yes.
know what? Can I know I keep going back. Can I just action surge and say, "Approach me, damn it"?
Oh, do you have enough spells to do that?
No, actually, I think it would be 2 leveled spells on a turn.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it would be. So that wouldn't work anyway.
Doesn't work.
I'll try it next time.
Worth a try.
It was worth a go.
Okay, Edmund's up next. Let's see if he can actually hit him again.
You got this.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
Edmund's the goat.
16 more points of damage. Edmund, just standing there on the shore, been watching everything, pulls out his arrow, aims and fires. The arrow goes flying true, striking the dragon in the neck. And this dragon just roars in pain. It's looking super duper hurt at this point, everybody. That was a good hit.
What was the saving throw for the fear? Wisdom?
Yeah. Let me double check. Yeah, it's a wisdom of 16.
Okay, I am no longer afeared.
No longer afeared. Finally, that fear breaks free and you're like, this guy, I've got this. This is almost done.
Gonna kill him.
Cameron, you're up next. You're standing in waist-deep water. Probably a little higher than that.
What do I need to roll to try and jump onto the dragon?
Well, it's currently flying about a good 50 feet above you, so you could cast Dimension Door to do it,
Ooh.
but you would not be able to jump.
But the problem
You're
with
in
Dimension
the
Door is
water.
that it's a leveled spell, which is
You're in higher, like actually, it's probably chest deep water. You're not going to be able to jump up there.
okay. How high up is Shokan?
About the same thing, 50 or so feet from where you're currently standing.
Even with her size increase, her legs didn't come down any?
Not that much, no.
Okay, so I couldn't like jump on her and then climb up and try and jump to him instead.
Because just the normal jump action, it doesn't go that far. It's based on your strength.
Oh, because I'm a rabbit, so hoppity hop. Okay.
I just don't know that you can hop 20 plus feet in the air.
You wouldn't be able to. Just straight
That's
up.
fair.
Even when you make a long jump, you cover the number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
When you make a high jump, you leap in the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. So that's even less.
Yeah, I was gonna do something cool, but that probably won't work. So I'm just gonna do momentary stasis again. Make it another con save.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since it's 50 feet up, I'll just move close enough that it can actually affect it.
Now, I'm just going to point this out to you, Cameron. You are currently in the water. You're going to have to swim to get that close.
Okay.
Because where you're standing right now, where you were standing, your head was still above water. Any farther out, and you are going to have to swim.
Gotcha. Okay, what's the check on that?
That is an athletics check.
Okay. 7. That's not so great.
I'm trying to remember how to do this. Okay, each foot of movement costs 1 foot extra when you're climbing, swimming, or crawling. You ignore this extra cost if you have a climbing speed or a swimming speed, which you don't.
Nope.
So, yeah, it's an athletics check to swim to try to get that far, which a 7 is definitely not going to make it. So you are managing to tread water, but the what's the word I'm looking for? The waves coming in, pushing against the shore, is pushing you back as you're trying to swim. You're going to have to use the entirety of your movement to get right about there, and you are exhausted from this effort.
Okay. I just need to be within 60 feet of him to be able to affect. Is that close enough or no?
I'm going to say, yeah, it's just within range to do that.
Then it's a con save. From L Dragon.
Yeah, so that's an 8. So finally, you manage to cast this ability, and you see the dragon just freeze in place.
Yep.
And begin to drop.
Can't take actions or reactions till the end of my next turn.
So pop that up one more time. Let me just read it.
Sure.
Okay.
And then that.
The creature is incapacitated and its speed is 0. So
until the end of your next turn or until the creature takes any damage.
Yeah. So here's what happens. You freeze this dragon in place with your momentary stasis, and it just drops out of the sky. It lands in the water with a thunderous crash, and the plume of water that erupts from the hit just sends you, Cameron especially, flying through the air. Willow and Shokan and Kylan all get drenched by this geyser of water that just goes flying up. Kylan has probably pushed a few feet in the air from this. Cameron, you, like I said, go flying from this eruption. Like, it just pushes you and ejects you out of the water.
Is Willow not also small-sized?
She's flying. You're not.
Oh, okay. Fair.
So, let's see here.
Though she may not be flying for much longer.
Let's see. It's a d6 per 10 feet, so
50 feet.
The dragon takes 18 points of bludgeoning damage as it crashes into the water. You, Cameron, take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are thrown 30 feet away. I'll say less than that. 5, 10, 15, 20. And you land, boom, right on the shore.
And
washed up.
Okay, I saved.
He did save? Oh, that's good at least. Because that would have been even funnier. This dragon being hit by this spell, or being hit by the bludgeoning, the spell is released, and she can move once again, but she is currently underwater, trying to swim upward and pull herself out of the water. So that's it. That's Cameron's turn.
As I wince with pain, I just shout to them, "That's the best I can do. Your turn." Ow.
Okay. Willow, can you finish this thing off? What are you doing?
I'm gonna dive bomb the shit out of it with my syringe. I'm gonna hold the sword upside down. I'm gonna basically just fall down and stab into its back as hard as I can.
Okay, I like it.
Let's see here.
Yeah, because your fly speed is 60, so you'd have just enough to be able to get down to it.
Roll your.
And
Roll your d4.
Yeah.
18.
Oh, 18. Okay. Willow, how does this look?
Ooh.
You see this little fairy-looking thing? I'm not actually a fairy, but damn it, I want to dream that I am right now. Tinkerbell flies down, raspberry the entire time, and just stabs it through the skull, through the brain.
And as
the dragon's head falls down, I'm gonna write it down and try to look so cool while doing it.
And with little Willow perched on the top of this dragon's head, her syringe stabbed directly into its skull, the dragon roars one final time in pain and anguish before sinking down into the water, carrying Willow along with it.
If I die like this, I'm okay.
Awesome.
And with that, the dragon is now dead and sinking into the water in front of this town. And you all just breathe a sigh of relief as Willow. Go ahead and give me an athletics check real quick.
Alright.
How does swimming work in heavy armor?
Not
16.
very well.
Rough out here.
16. You barely manage to yank your rapier out of the skull of this creature. You are currently underwater, holding your breath. You can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to your con, 1 plus your con modifier. So what's your con modifier?
Con modifier is 2.
2. So you can hold it for 3 minutes. So it takes you a few seconds, tugging and tugging to get your rapier out of this dragon's skull, but you do manage to do it. You try to swim upward, but the heavy armor that you're wearing is pulling you downward next to the dragon. Give me an athletics check with disadvantage because you're trying to swim back up to the surface. And while that's happening, Shokan,
I'm in medium armor. I'm only in half plate.
And you're actually also flying.
That's true.
But it's still...
God bless.
Yeah, but
Still underwater.
It's a breastplate, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? So it's still underwater. But you do have the ability to fly.
Yeah.
But still, go ahead and give me an athletics check at disadvantage because you are swimming.
Okay. $12.
Plus D4.
Plus your D4.
16.
Yeah, that's enough. You're just barely able to swim back up again. You peek your head out from the water, spitting water out of your mouth, just treading there. Below you, the dragon is underwater, probably about 20 feet or so below, but it does lie dead. And you can see Shokan flying above you, hovering in the air, next to Kylan, the red panda familiar. And you see Cameron trying to push himself up on the shore after being ejected from the water.
Coughing heavily.
And Edmund probably comes running up towards you. Cameron! And he lays in a cure wounds into you.
Yay.
So Miss Willow, did you come up with your act?
10 points of healing.
Act of not dying is my act right now, and I just faceplant into the thing of exhaustion.
And probably Shokan has to come flying down to scoop you up out of the water, but she's still enlarged for a little bit, so she can do that. And we got about 6 minutes left in our session.
I want to go down and get some dragon scales.
Cool.
Oh yeah, you can
I
definitely...
want teeth.
So it is underwater. Shokan,
I can hold my breath for an hour.
Oh yeah, you can swim just fine. You're a turtle. What I was going to say is with the dragon dead and you kind of flying down to the water, then swimming underwater to mess with the dragon, while the rest of the group kind of works towards the shore. Probably all of you together, along with the townsfolk, who are very, very appreciative of you saving their town from this dragon attack. So no doubt the fishermen start to come out, and over the course of the day, you can probably convince them to help you drag it to shore.
In the meantime, does anybody need healing?
Yes, please.
All right.
I'm good, thank you.
As I look over at Ichabod, I'm fine. Did you see how I brought low that mighty beast's wings?
I cast Cure Wounds at level.
I hop off my horse. No, don't you do this. I walk over and I put my hand on his head and I go, yes, I did. And then I'll give you some lay on hands. How much help?
Yay.
I also want to go over here and search around this boat and see if I can find what they were bringing in. See if maybe they angered this dragon somehow.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check. Because you can swim, you can, like I said, it was capsized, but you can swim, so you can search around. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Cameron, if whatever Blaznir just gave you doesn't heal you, I'll just give you the rest.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
tell me.
You've been focusing on the dragon for most of the time. You do go over there and swim around and look, but you can't seem to find anything in the boat or around it that gives you any indication of why this dragon attacked.
What about those guys who were killed? The first ones killed.
What
I think
about
that's what she's looking
That's
at.
where I was going. That's where I was
Okay.
searching around there. But I rolled shitty. But if
Can I
anybody
check-
else would like to
Can
try
I
to
check
help,
their bodies?
So Cameron goes walking over to the pier and begins examining the bodies. Some of the bodies are underwater at this point, but Shokan can help and lift them up. Go ahead and make
Sure.
an investigation check.
22, good sir.
better.
Yeah, 22 is a lot better. The fishermen themselves don't have a whole lot on them, although on one of them you do find something out of place. A gold tiara encrusted with very, very tiny diamonds and rubies and emeralds. You
Mhm.
find in one of his bags. You do a more thorough search around the area, and you do eventually spot underwater, underneath where the boat had been capsized, a small bag that you were able to direct to Shokan. Shokan brings it up, and she finds a duffel bag filled with gold. There are several pieces of art, jewelry, and things of that nature, which you guys spend a bit of time looking through. In total, what these fishermen had before they died was 200 gold pieces and 4
Stolen from
pieces of
Dragon's
art.
Vault.
A statue of a woman made entirely out of gold. An egg, a Fabergé egg, encrusted with topazes. And a very lovely looking sword that also has topazes inlaid into the hilt.
Okay, 1 second. 200 gold pieces, Fabergé egg with topaz, gold statue of a woman, sword with topaz. What? I missed something. What did I
Four
miss?
art,
The art.
four art pieces.
Well,
Okay.
those were the art pieces.
Oh, I thought you meant like there was pictures.
What was
No.
the fourth one then?
The fourth,
Gold
let's see.
statue of a woman, Fabergé egg encrusted with topaz, sword encrusted with topaz.
And the fourth one was the tiara I was talking about
Okay.
earlier. Sorry.
So Cameron puts the tiara on.
And it is it's obviously made for a princess or a countess or something like that, but it's very fetching on Cameron and looks nice on him. And I think
Cool.
that's a great place to end things for this evening.
Awesome.
So good job tonight. You had some fun with a topaz dragon.
I love gem dragons.
Yeah, they're fun. There are interesting critters, and they have some
Oh.
unique attacks.
Did we get scales and stuff off the dragon?
Yeah, you could have gotten scales and that stuff off of them. We'll kind of cover all that next session because it is 6 o'clock.
Everybody just mark down 40 gold so I can get rid of that
Okay.
from the sheet.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well,
thanks for session, Matt.
Great job tonight, everybody. Good job with this set with the Topaz Dragon. Thank you to everybody who is watching this evening. We absolutely appreciate you tuning in. Come join us again next Monday at 3 o'clock to find out just what this they were able to get off of this dragon and what further adventures are in store for the Debauchery Circus. So on behalf of everyone, I just want to say thank you once again for watching. Have a great evening. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.